Hi guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel, and today I thought we would do a fun reading on what have they heard about you. So I do have 3 piles here, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So if you need another moment or two to select your pile, go ahead and pause the video here. Otherwise, I'm going to get started with pile number 1. Alright. Pile number 1. Let's see here. We have, I think we should bang. I want to spend quality time with you. What do you want? This relationship is good for my reputation. You make me nervous. I want to make sure you're taken care of. Alright, so I really wanted to put these like this, so that's why I'm doing that. I'll interpret it both ways if that's worrying anybody. Okay, pile number 1. First of all, you got a lot of messages, and I kind of am getting the sense from this that, first of all, what have they heard about you? They have heard a lot about you, because in that position we've got the 5 of Wands here, and this oftentimes is the energy of gossip. I think that your person does feel a bit protective about you whenever they're hearing this energy. I think that your person is a very strong character, almost like a magician type, very independent. This is a person who is going to make up their own mind, and I think that they probably have a lot of abundance in their life. They might even be like a business owner. They could be older than you or more mature than you in some respect, like finances or something like that. But this person has a lot of tools at their disposal, so they're not one to believe gossip. And I kind of think that the people who are gossiping about you around this person, first of all, they say a lot of different things, and I think it's because you're different. Like, you're a very different person. Your person sees you as a very different kind of person with the Uranus energy here. This is a rule breaker, ground shaker, somebody who can't really be understood. I think you captivate people's minds and attentions because Uranus is the natural ruler of the 11th house. And that is the house of like the world at large, our broader community. And so you're someone who you might be used to people talking about you. I'm getting like Beyonce, you that be when you cause all this conversation. You cause a lot of conversation. I also think that you are very attractive. You're really alluring in some kind of a way. So there's a lot of this gossip centers around people being sexually attracted to you, around maybe your sexual habits. People might like to speculate on who you are sleeping with, what you like to do, what you want from a relationship. And I think that this kind of energy, this like boundary pusher energy, tends to make people nervous. So those of you who are following along with these up here, we do have the you make me nervous. And I think that I'm getting that a lot of these are things that people have said about you. So I think you are a person who makes people nervous. I don't think that you make your person nervous, though, because your person seems really grounded, really solid, and more interested in you, right? They don't feel so much threatened. This relationship is good for my reputation. I feel like, this is another thing that people say about you, is that because you're really interesting, you're really fun, there's something about you that's different. Some people, think that like having your back or whatever is good for their reputation. People try to figure you out. It's hard to pinpoint exactly what it is that motivates you. because you're so different. I love this energy, by the way. I think this is absolutely amazing. And your person, I think, is too. I'm still only on the first card here. And as you guys know, if you've watched my channel before, I take this journey very much with you. So we're just going to see how this unfolds here in a second. I do think there are some people who want to spend quality time with you because they want to figure you out. You have a lot of people wanting to figure you out, not really understanding you, but running their mouths anyway. A lot of people are sexually attracted to you, even if it's just a one-time thing. They just kind of want to know what that's like. I feel like a lot of people think you can probably teach them a thing or two. Yeah. And I want to make sure you're taken care of. Some people might be saying, because you're so different, they might take that approach of, oh, I hope they're, okay, because maybe those people think that life should fit into some kind of a mold. And you're also showing up here. Your person sees you as the destroyer, and the light attribute of that is releasing what is potentially destructive and preparing for new life. This is what I'm saying. You're a rule breaker, ground shaker type of a person, and this is a very sexual energy right here too. Just look at the imagery of the volcano, right? You have, first of all, the fire imagery, which fire is charismatic and it's passionate and really intense. And this looks like a climax, doesn't it? Let's be real. There's something about a volcano that is both masculine and feminine. So I do feel like you're very well balanced in the sense that that masculine side to you, this is what your person sees. Because I think your person's pretty well balanced, and that's why they see that in you. So there's something deep, dark, and cavernous and earthly, right, about a volcano. But then there is also something kind of masculine about it too, with all the rage of that fire energy, because fire is the lead masculine element. So I also think that you're a person, you have a lot of mental energy going on in the best type of way. You're just internally driven. And I think it freaks people out. But honestly, you're glorious. Honestly, you're seriously glorious. I'm also getting Critica energy. Shout out to anybody who's Critica on maybe the Aries side, but it also could be the Taurus side. I have a Critica sun in Vedic. Critica, that is Brahmin class. It's the highest spiritual caste. And Critica was an orphan. It was an orphan raised by the seven sisters. Those of you who speak astrology or who are space buffs, you're hearing Pleiades in that. Critica represents the energy of Pleiades, and it is the divine warrior monk energy. And a lot of times that doesn't make a lot of sense to people in this world. There's also tends to be around Critica people. Critica is sun ruled, and I'm just describing this so you can hear the way that I'm thinking about this, because I feel like tarot is relational, so it speaks to the reader. And so if you're getting something different, you're getting something different, but I'm hoping that you can see the underlying background of what I'm trying to explain here. So because Critica was raised by the seven sisters were oftentimes accused of weird sexual things, which I'm seeing the energy of here too. And so being sun-ruled, Critica is highly moral. It's very integral. But a lot of times the gossip around Critica individuals is based on their sexual energy, because there's a lot of sexual energy with Critica. And so they can get accused of having some weird sexual affairs. Weird sexual affairs, literally what that says right there. So that might resonate for some of you. People, when they talk about you, a lot of that centers on you being independent, you being self-fulfilled. A lot of it could center around what it is that you do for money. I think people also like to talk about this energy that you tend to have. People get obsessed with you in a way. We have the Nine of Pentacles here, and in this deck, this is clearly obsessive energy, right? And the Nine of Pentacles, first of all, I think that you are very beautiful. People talk about your physical appearance and the way that kind of drives people wild. There is also an integrity to you, and I do think a lot of people see it. But that energy of Critica that I was describing before, there's that integrity, but people love to spread gossip about you. It's almost a way that people can kind of get at you. The hair is oftentimes emblematic of power. A lot of times when armies used to take over, right? I'm thinking of the Native Americans, they cut their hair. They made them cut their hair, and hair was a symbol of power. Leo, the hair is the symbol of power. Samson and Delilah, Samson's hair was a symbol of his power, right? Kundalini, lock of the hair of the beloved. So people like to talk about your beauty to take away from, they like to talk about it in front of this person in particular, because I do feel like you have this person's attention, and it might be difficult to get this person's attention, because I think this person is strong and is desired and attractive and has a lot of things that people want, you know? So yeah, I do feel like people like to talk about more superficial things about you, even though they don't understand, because it's like they want to cut you down, because in a way they're almost intimidated by you, because you are seriously amazing. You're seriously amazing. If there's a particular relationship that you had in the past and like you left that person, sorry about that, guys. So if, like I was saying, if you were in a relationship with someone, particularly if this person was, you know, very handsome or very strong in some way, and you left this person, they might be talking about that relationship, or kind of, you know, I don't want to say what you did to this person, because I don't mean it like that, but just they might be saying that you were cold or that you were removed. Uranus can be a little bit of a detached sort of an energy. Just a reminder that when people have thoughts in their own head about people, that's not actually who you are, and none of this is truth, right? We're just talking about what this person's heard. So, you know, if you need to just really drop in, take a deep breath and remind yourself of who you are and stick to that. Because honestly, the gossip that's going on in this pile, I really do think is a result of people being intimidated by your energy. So, this gossip also could be started by that person. You know, if you were had some kind of a relationship with a person who seems kind of obsessive about you in some way, and it does seem that that gossip centers around you as an independent person, you being maybe even a little walled off, a little detached, something about how you make your money with the Nine of Pentacles here. Definitely that you are beautiful, that you always seem very well put together. Maybe you have a very beautiful space, a very beautiful house, something like that. And I can see that it makes this person, I mean, for what this is kind of bringing up within them, we have the Tower. So I do feel like there's some sexual themes here. I do think that your person is sexually attracted to you. And also, if a person that you dated is in any way involved in the gossip around you, this person doesn't really like that person. They want to kind of take this person out. I do feel like your person handles themselves very well, like with a very solid demeanor. Like I said, this person, your person that you came here about, they are very respectable. They're very smart. They know exactly what they're doing. They're not going to pull the sword out or, you know, light someone on fire, use their elements in a way that's not savvy. Your person's very smart when it comes to that. So it's like this person does want to, I mean, look at the image in this card, right? They want to cut that person down who doesn't really truly see you. Maybe this person, whether or not, the person that's kind of, that you were in a relationship with or started gossip, whether they know it or not, they're not really seeing you. They're not relating to you as a person. You and your person that you came here for, I know this is kind of confusing to be following who I'm talking about, but you and this person that you came here to know what they're hearing about you, you guys share, you guys vibe on a level that I think a lot of other people don't. And yeah, so I do feel like your person is definitely curious about who you're sleeping with, and they think that they would be a better fit for you in that way. Your person wonders if people see you fully and can appreciate you fully. Because your person thinks you're amazing and wonderful and unique and a powerhouse, honestly. I feel like your person feels, when they hear this gossip, they recognize the dog whistle of people trying to tear you down because you are strong. And they can probably relate to that. And they want to protect you from that. And in a way, it might have shaped how they're seeing you. Like, it could have changed the way that they're seeing you now versus the way that they were seeing you before, because the way that they were seeing you before could have been like maybe a little bit young, maybe a little bit naive. I think they always recognized that you were really attractive. Maybe they just thought that you were, having fun with really, attractive kind of guys. But now they're really, I think, seeing you in a different way through this gossip. They're going to see another side of you, a side that they really resonate with. So what does this person want from you? We have the Magician. And like I said, I am getting strong Magician energy from your person. So they could be a Mercury type where they're very smart. This might be a person who's good in social situations, but it doesn't have to mean that they're loud. I'm not even getting that they're loud. Or very talkative. I think this person has a high mind and they are maybe interested in high brow kinds of things. This person that you dated before, I think, is more brutish in a sense. Like, they're maybe more masculine in the sense that they can be a little bit crude, laugh at, man jokes. But Mercury types, especially in men, tend to be a little more highbrow than that. They're interested in art. They're interested in philosophy. Women tend to really be drawn to that side of them. They're very good at talking, especially with women, because women tend to want to talk about those kinds of concepts. Your person could be very clean. Maybe your person's even a doctor, or they do some kind of skilled, refined work that might even require something to do with their hands, because Mercury rules the hands. And the Magician is, the master of the 4 elements and the way that they use those elements. And I think your person wants to help you develop yourself in this way. There could be an age difference between you guys, or like I said before, some kind of status knowledge difference, because your person can offer you some kind of protection in order for you to grow and blossom and grow yourself some more. Unlike these people who, like, their point in their gossip is to tear you down, I think this person that you were in a relationship with, if they're involved in this gossip at all, they're trying to tear you down. Your person's over it, and they know that they don't feel threatened by you, because why would they? They've built themselves up. They've spent time developing skills within themselves. And becoming. This person has spent time developing themselves. This person wants to help you in that way. I do think your person, like I said before, is interested in a sexual relationship with you. And this person is not going to, I'm sorry, I'm about to be really graphic, but this person's not going to rut on you. This person knows how to use their hands. They're empathetic in the sense that they can think about what they're doing to you. This person's very in tune with the physical body. They could even do something with the physical body for a living. And so they're not just gonna do ridiculous things and then expect you to pretend like you like it to stroke their ego. I think you kind of dated someone like that in the past. This person does not have a fragile ego in that sense. This person wants to unleash you. Yeah. There could be some specific skills that this person kind of wants to show you. And also, the Magician being ruled by Mercury, they could want to help teach you how to use your words, or this person might even want to stand up for you and use their words and their tools and their status and their clout to stand up for you. But in the moment when this is going on, I don't feel like your person says anything, because we have the Hangman for that. I think, like I said, I do think that your person's strategic. They are suave. This person can handle themselves. They're not just going to beast mode because they want to beast mode, right? They want the most bang for their buck in the way that they behave in all circumstances. I get the sense that this is a career person. So they do that in their career. They do that in their social situations. They do this in their life. This is reminding me of the marshmallow test, where the marshmallow test is the signifier for success. It's a psychological test, and you stick a kid in a room and you put a marshmallow in front of them and you tell them not to touch the marshmallow and you'll be back. And if they haven't touched the marshmallow when you come back, that they'll get another marshmallow. So basically it's all about delayed gratification. Ooh, delayed gratification is coming through in this reading. Your person is a master of delayed gratification, because the person who can delay their own gratification gets the big prize. This person wants to get you as the big prize because they're recognizing that through this gossip, that you are a prize, you are a big prize, you are the elusive second marshmallow. That could be what this person wants to teach you as well. Like, hold back a little bit, because you are coming through as the destroyer. Your person sees you as that. You could have a bit of a temper that could just flash up every once in a while. Like, maybe you're cool as a cucumber, and I'm getting Hyde from that 70s show when he's teaching Jackie how to be Zen. You know, like, that's cool. Whatever. Like, I feel like you play it like that, but then when you go, you go. And this person wants to kind of help you temper that in order to get what you want, basically, out of a situation. This person has power couple in mind, and they are a part of a power couple, and they see that you could be like that other piece. So they're trying to get a glimpse of a different side of you through this gossip, but they are holding their tongue for now. But it is an energy of power. And I think your person just kind of radiates out healthier vibes. You know what I mean? Your person is the type of person who can define the energy of a space when they walk into it, and that's what they're doing. So down here I have some cards just to like talk a little bit about the situation in general and where it's been, where it's headed, and you can use this as validation, however it's resonating for you. So the current state of things is the Lovers. Like I said, I do feel like there's a bond between you guys, and I just feel like it's almost unspoken with the Lovers here. This speaks to, again, the Lovers is a Gemini card, so I think it does speak to gossip, and there could be gossip within a friend group, a friend circle, because Gemini rules the third house of our community, the people that we see every day. I do think that your person has a choice of how they're going to deal with this, and you have a choice of how you're going to deal with this and this group. And so everybody's kind of in that energy. In the past, I definitely think that there was withdrawal, there was reflection, there was spirituality even, and wisdom. And for some of you, I mean, I said in the beginning, that I've set these here originally. So it could have been in the past. Maybe you guys met each other in some kind of a spiritual situation or schooling situation. Anything to do with the realm of Jupiter, things that are very expansive. You guys could have met traveling. But the Wheel of Fortune oftentimes, something came to an end. You could have moved away from this person. And so maybe that is what, something shook this situation up. And that's what thrust everybody into this realm of choice, into feeling separated and split from something. And maybe you guys got along. Maybe there was a spiritual connection in the physical world where you guys were going to the same kind of spiritual center. You were very much in agreement, or at least it felt that way on the surface. But like you tend to do, you showed up as the destroyer. You showed up as somebody who was going to push the boundaries. Like Yoda says in Star Wars, that's the burden of the teacher, is that we are the mark that they grow beyond. And you have grown beyond this, or one of you has, and had to move away. And life itself and fate, something that felt really big, just shook this up, and something came to an end. So now there feels like there's this separation and this differences in opinion, where you're kind of, maybe, I feel like you have a habit of doing this, where you can really see something or a situation for what it is. You like to think about things. You really put things through the paces. You don't just blindly receive information. And so you kind of started that process. Maybe you even started speaking out a little bit about where you differ from this. Your person doesn't speak a lot, so that, I feel like, is a difference right there. You're okay speaking about things. Your person communicates, but they communicate in power moves and not in a gross way. It's very masculine, this person. They just communicate through their actions. But yeah, in the future, I think that there's a lot of reflection going on. I do think that there's still separation in the future, and even if you wanted to switch these back, there was going to be something that was going to shake the situation up. So, but yeah, I am seeing there being some kind of reflective process here. I mean, you might get out in nature a lot, and maybe this is a suggestion. I think you might be a person who maybe being around people too much, you're just so unique and people are so threatened by you that I think you might be rejuvenated by just kind of having a lot of alone time, being out in nature, kind of you're a thinker too, so this allows you to let your thoughts gestate, and you're a person who works on yourself a lot, and you trust a lot. You have a lot of trust in your internal process, and that's connected to something bigger. So the obstacle to this is the Two of Pentacles. I do think there's physical distance here. I think that you guys do have different values in a certain sense. Or there's something about you that feels like irreconcilable almost, where you guys are firmly rooted opposite each other, but it's like opposite but congruent. It's just difficult to make this decision. And with the Lovers card here, there's such dualistic energy here, right? And Gemini, it's an air sign. So you have the Two of Pentacles showing up in Earth, which it's difficult to choose in the realm of Earth because everything's so rooted and grounded and heavy and already established. So I do think that there's distance between the two of you, and that's kind of coming in between the connection. But it's like there's tension here because of your soul bond and your soul connection. And I feel like I said, this divine finger of fate shook things up in the past, and you're both just kind of waiting for it to shake things up again in the future. Because I do think that you've both entered this leg of independence for now. You came into each other's lives to mix things up. You're no stranger to this energy. You probably have noticed that that's what you do, is like through interacting with you, people tend to get a little shaken up, like in the best way. You probably just have noticed that your presence has that effect on people, because I think you're a very independent person, and you've kind of had to detach yourself from who people think you are versus who you are. Do you know what I mean? Two different things. So yeah, I do think that both of you are kind of reflecting on the situation, and in that way this gossip is serving some kind of a purpose. And if you're worried that your person is buying into this gossip, your person's pretty strong-minded, even if they are quiet a lot of the time. This is a smart person who makes up their own mind and who tries to see things from all perspectives before they take action. And your person sees through crap and sees through nonsense. They're able to see behind the veil, and I do think that they see you for the beautiful, unique, painted turtle that you are. So that's what I have for you guys, pile number one. If that resonated, please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I love doing this for you, and I can't wait to get more videos out. Thanks, guys. Okay, pile number two. Let's see what your person has heard about you. So we have, I'm watching you. Okay. And I'm afraid to open up. And then, Okay. Pile number two. Has your person heard things about you? Absolutely yes, they have heard things about you. What's interesting is they could have heard these things like at a workplace, or if you guys went to see, like some kind of professional, you guys like saw the same one, and maybe you guys all hang out together or something. Like they could have heard things about you in that environment with the King of Swords here, because the King of Swords is oftentimes a professional, usually highly educated. So maybe this is like a therapist or something like that. somebody could be saying that they saw you doing something sexual, maybe even with I know this is very specific, so it's not going to resonate with everybody, but I mean, just look at the imagery on this card. Somebody could be saying that they saw you doing something intimate with this person. Maybe you were making some kind of sexual advance to this King of Swords character. You know, which is somebody who's kind of cold, maybe detached, probably has some kind of professional role. So maybe they're saying like that felt kind of inappropriate. They could be saying that there's an age difference between the two of you, that maybe you were coming on to this person. Yeah, that's what people could be saying. Because, you know, we have the Knight of Wands for what people are saying. And the Knight of Wands, that's, you know, that's lovingly termed the player card. This person's in and out. Very charming. At first they seem to kind of have no flaws, but then when you get to know them, you realize that you never really get to know them because they're just so darn charming. I do feel like people talk about your sex appeal a lot, and they might say that you're using your sex appeal in a way that is manipulative or to get what you want. Maybe to undermine a relationship or something like that. And just pause here because, and I said this to pile number 1, we're just looking at what they've heard from you, and it's so important for all of our mental well-being and our mental health that you remember that who people think you are and what people say about you isn't really ever who you actually are, right? People can only see through their own lenses. We have projections and all these psychological defense mechanisms, and our brains just in and of themselves are crazy, weird things, right? And that's why this journey of spirituality is a journey of becoming conscious, becoming aware. You know, Jesus, remove the log from your own eye. Little Saturn energy in there for you. And this is why gossip can really hurt people. So maybe you did this, maybe you didn't do this. I think you are probably a very beautiful person. We have the way that your person sees you as Don Juan, which the light attribute is spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. So notice this as positive, seductive qualities. And I think that it's pretty much a known fact that when people are very attractive, people like to gossip about those people. You know, it's like you can't, people, I don't know, there's an energy of being threatened by that. And then the shadow attribute is using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. So I think you just might be a sexual person, like you have a very sexual energy about you. And so the gossip around you is centering around this shadow attribute of using that power for your private agenda, your private gain. And I kind of feel like this gossip is painting like this other person that's involved, you know, whatever person you came on to or whatever, as like a victim in this, as like, oh, well, he didn't really notice, or she didn't really notice that this person was coming on to them, but this person was coming on to them. And, you know, they were kind of trying to keep their distance, but, you know, this person was really laying it on thick, kind of a thing. Yeah. We also have the energy of Pluto, which again, Pluto in Western astrology is the natural ruler of Scorpio, very sexual energy, very seductive, very magnetic, but also is associated with manipulation, with obsession, with trapping people. Pluto can be a very powerful, sticky little planet. If you have plutonic ties with people, you can have this feeling of obsession and not really knowing where it's coming from, you know? And this is just such vaginal imagery right up in here. And so I'm noticing this is coming out of his head. And then we have the King of Swords over here. So I'm just thinking that the way, like some people say that you communicate in a very sexual way, you know, or that there's double meanings to what you're saying. You're trying to like say one thing and then but you're putting that sexual energy out there and it's wounding other people. You know, especially people of the same sex as you. You know, maybe this person wants to say that you are breaking up their relation, like you like to break up relationships or something like that. I'm sorry, guys. This message sucks. I do think your person finds you very attractive, and I think that's what the I'm watching you phrase is, because I think this person probably watches you on social media. When you walk into a room, you catch their eye. This person always thinks that you look very nice, and that you are very sexual. But I think all of this energy, I think the sexual energy and all the gossip around it, it's like made your person afraid to open up, because they don't really know what your motives are. Like if you are after some kind of power with the King of Swords here, I mean, oftentimes this person, the King of Swords, like the suit of swords, I always think of like that Harvard legacy family where it's a high achieving family. There's a lot of pressure for like education. There's a lot of emphasis on achievement. And so all the way up through that swords suit, you see that pressure, and then it culminates, it's the King of Swords. So a lot of times this person is very accomplished in their field. They could, through their intellect, they could have achieved some kind of kingly status. And so with the Pluto card, it's like, are you trying to use your sexuality in order to manipulate and get something out of them that they don't want to give, you know? Because I do think that this person feels like there's an attractiveness difference between the two of you. So with how this all makes them feel, we have the Six of Swords, and the Six of Swords is about moving into calmer waters. It can also be about a functioning dysfunction. This person could want to protect, I'm kind of getting that this person like that's involved could be married. Like that could be what the gossip, I know this, you guys, this situation is not going to resonate with everybody because it is so specific, but this is what I'm getting. So I'm just going to say what I'm getting. I'm kind of getting this situation where there's like a family and you are maybe younger and beautiful, and this is somehow threatening. I'm not getting either way. If you are like using your sexual energy, I kind of don't think you are doing it on purpose. But certainly that's the gossip. I think that you just might be attractive and you happen to live in this world and interact with people and breathe air and eat food and go around their community and stuff. You know, you interact with people, you have conversations with people, and just because you have some kind of sex appeal, people are kind of painting on that you are being like manipulative with it or something like that. So that's kind of the situation that I'm getting with this. If this doesn't resonate, you guys, it's just not for you. It's okay. Yeah, with the Six of Swords, I think your person's just wanting to move away from troubled times. I do think they want to protect their family if that's involved, especially protect them from gossip. This person wants to, I don't know, I'm kind of getting that this person's like not ruled by their emotions anyway. So, and they want to see clearly kind of what's going on. They might even want to talk with you in private and just see what's going on, because I think your person is very heavily swords energy. And because we have, for their part in this, we have 3 swords cards. And I kind of think they're showing up as the King of Swords over here. So I think they're very logical. They're very good with their words. But what's interesting is what they want is the Seven of Cups. So I do think that they might just want to like fantasize about you. I think they find you to be really attractive. I think they have some kind of place in society. Being the King of Swords, I don't think they're afraid to use their sword to kind of cut things off. I don't really feel that they're that emotional of a person. So they might just want to kind of cut this off and keep this in the realm of like, fantasy, where they just, picture like this ideal world where they can imagine away all of these responsibilities and all this gossip and all of that, and they can kind of indulge with you in their own realm of fantasy. But with the Seven of Cups, this could be that they wish that the waters were a little murky, and maybe they could have like some kind of a dalliance with you, but keep their family and keep their status and because I definitely think there's something to reputation and status here. So what are their next moves towards you? I just think that I kind of think that this person doesn't think that you're interested in them. And you're clearly watching this video, so I think you are actually interested in them, but they don't think so, because they just think that you're so attractive and that why would you ever be interested in them? And so I think when they hear this gossip, that's another thing too, is like they just dismiss it, because your person might have self-esteem issues and not really think of themselves as being that attractive. And so like this moving away and moving out of troubled times, it's like they don't even want to face those emotions of like, of course this is ridiculous, and they would never, want to be with me, and I just want to, protect myself and my family and my, whatever, like my image and all of that, and just kind of move away from this, like put this behind me. But they're, with the Seven of Swords being in their actions, I mean, I think this person is an independent mover. They might try to, I'm just getting that they're turning away from you. They want to let you live your own life. They want you to be able to, they do think that you're attractive. They think that you get a lot of the things that you want, the things that you like. They think there's something better for you waiting out there, and that they wouldn't be the best person to provide that for you anyways. So I think your person wants to kind of cut off communication. I don't think it makes them happy. I don't think it makes them happy to do that. Because look at this guy here. But I don't think that this person feels good enough for you. And so I think there's just this energy of like wanting to be independent, wanting to be alone. Even if this person is in like a relationship or something, they just kind of, they have this barrier around them at all times where they're protecting themselves from other people. And I think they've built themselves up like over their lifetime just to like, especially if this is a career-minded person, I think they built themselves up in that in order to like, yeah, protect themselves from the realm of water, the realm of emotions. And what's interesting is Pluto, right? It's the ruler of Scorpio. Scorpio is a water sign. It's fixed water. So you are comfortable in water. So I do think that plays into the attraction level here, where your person's very swords energy, and you bring out feelings in them. I think they know that you could bring out those feelings in them, But I think they think if they were to get involved with you, that it would be really painful. Like I think they think if they were to get involved with you, like they would lose everything. They lose their status, their reputation, maybe their career, their family, their self-respect, their self-esteem, that you have the power to really hurt them. And Plutonic connections, you guys probably have some Pluto elements with this person, because in those Plutonic connections, that is the sense. It's like this fatal attraction where you're drawn together, but you're also terrified. And I think this person feels that, where it's like, because Pluto rules death and sex. So it's like, yeah. Those things are definitely here. Okay, yeah. I think I've said enough about that. So anyways, I just have down here, and this is like kind of the past of the situation, the future, where we're at now, the obstacles to this. You can use this for validation or just for some extra information here. But in the current situation, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and a lot of times the Ace of Pentacles can be about building protection from chaos. I think your person is very focused on self-protection and protecting their home life, their family, their reputation, all of that, their coins, their that pentacle energy. So I think your person is just trying to let you do your own thing. They're trying to do their own thing. They're kind of trying to ignore all of this gossip that's going on. I think on some level, like I said, I think they find it to be a little ridiculous. This person's just trying to grow the life that they have. And they could even be interested in a new hobby. They could be focused on making some money. If this person is a business owner, I think they're working on that, and that money is good and everything, and so it's keeping them very busy, and that's what they are putting their focus on, like heavily. And again, your person has independent energy, so I think they're able to separate themselves out from crowds pretty easily, and that's what they're doing. In the past, no surprise here, we have the Tower. So things kind of came crumbling down. The Tower is also Pluto. There's a lot of scorpionic energy in this pile. So I do think there was sexual attraction in the past between this person and you, like with this person. But again, I think this person sensed that it was dangerous and not something that they wanted to get involved in. If you guys were involved, I think that it caused a Tower moment for this person, even if it was just internal and this person now has to worry about people finding out, or if that's going to ruin their family or their reputation or whatever it is, this fairy tale life that they seem to have built up, they're definitely worried about that. And so that's what they're doing, is they're in the current moment is they're just trying to focus on other things and build up protection around that. In the future, we have the Hanged Man. So seeing things in a different perspective. This is really beautiful, having the Tower in the past position and then the Hanged Man in the future position. Both of these, right, the Hanged Man is Neptune and Pisces energy. We also had that with the Seven of Cups up here and what they wanted. The Seven of Cups is Neptunian energy. And so I think what this is also pointing out to me is that what they want is some kind of spiritual understanding, some kind of... And they could honestly want to experience love, because your person strikes me as, like I said, cold and independent. So it's like maybe they felt like they could have a love connection with you, but then their self-esteem gets in the way and they think like, no, nobody like this will ever love me. I'm only good for making money and taking care of my family. I don't need to have like feelings and stuff. This is kind of sad. So I think maybe your person, when they think of you, like they daydream about being able to like experience what actual love feels like. So when you come down here and you have this energy of like in the past position was a Tower moment, right, where everything comes crumbling down, but then in the future you have the Hanged Man, which is all about looking at something from a different perspective, having some kind of spiritual awakening, right? It does mean like staying stuck. So I think that there's a lot of inner reflection going on for this. This connection, I think, is helping to change your person, at least from the inside out. I can also say that you are focused on your money. You might be, maybe you just bought a house, maybe you just started a new job, but you have a lot going for you as well. And you're not really focused on this gossip a lot either. And I don't think that you are this person. Like, I think that you're just really attractive, because the Ace of Pentacles, you're just doing your own thing. Haters gonna hate. I mean, maybe in the past you were a bit mischievous and you kind of knew that you had this effect on people, but you're turning away from that. You're having your own spiritual realizations. You're starting to build things in your own life, and you could have honestly, like you could have. I'm not trying to sound judgmental or anything, but you could have wrecked a home or two in your life. In the past, no judgment. It was clearly part of your life, because you're moving on to, well, not clearly a part of your life, but a part of like your journey. If that's resonating with you, you are starting over. You're turning over a new leaf. You're realizing that you want something stable for yourself. You also want to go to a place where people understand you and where you fit in, and people can see the real you. They can see like who you are on the inside, and where there's just a new day for you, because you ultimately, you want the fairy tale too, the happy ending and all of that. So yeah, the obstacles to this, you could have felt ostracized like by this gossip, and I don't know how close you were with these people, so I'm not sure how much it wrecked you, you know what I mean? But I definitely think that you could feel ousted with the Five of Pentacles being here. I think there's a status difference, I really do. Because money could be involved with the Five of Pentacles, where maybe you don't have as much money as this person, because I'm kind of getting that your person would have money. I mean, maybe it's you with the Pluto card up here, but there could be a status difference. So maybe you guys just run in different circles, and then where you guys kind of met up, which could be some kind of church, spiritual, religious tradition here, you were just kind of, I'm getting like this scarlet letter. You were branded with some kind of scarlet letter, and so you're like, well, I'm not going to be around this anymore. I'm going to go somewhere where this isn't happening, because this could have been a real difficult situation for you. I just think that you have a lot of passionate energy. So if this gossip is not true, like, I think people just don't know what to make. You're vivacious, you're charismatic, you're beautiful, you're young, you're up and coming in the world. You travel around a lot. I think you probably, like, you're okay touching people when you talk to them. And people are misinterpreting those things as being sexual advances when it's just you being very warm and gregarious. And yeah, I think you pay attention to what you look like, but I also think, like, I don't know, I don't think it's coming from a bad place. I really don't. So you might, yeah, like, you just have that very free spirit energy to you. And people talk about it. People worry about it, you know? And with great power, I don't know why I feel like I want to say this, but with great power comes great responsibility. So, you know, if you have been given these looks and these charms, because I can tell that you are a very blessed person overall in who you are, not just your outside looks, but you have a lot of just really great qualities. And I think you're trying to figure out how you go about that, how you can be yourself, and where you can find, like, your people. And, you know, it's just a factor I think you have to deal with. So that was very specific, pile number 2. I'm sure it's not going to resonate with everyone, but if it did resonate with you, please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you guys around here again. So bye, pile number 2. All right, pile number 3. Let's see what your person has heard about you. Okay, we have, I want to shake up everything for you, but that's crazy. I'm sorry I ran away. You're amazing. I'm masking who I really am. You're my dream romantic partner. Okay, so has your person heard anything about you? Yes, they have. We have the Lovers card here answering that. That's the Gemini card. Gemini rules communication. It's also ruled by Mercury. There's a lot of kind of talk energy going on here. Your person could have heard some gossip, specifically from a lady, from a woman, I think. Definitely someone who is interested in them romantically. Someone who maybe gussies up a little more than you, if that applies. Who's really, really trying to catch your person's eye in a way. And I feel like this is really affecting you. Really, yes. Really affecting you. I feel like this person who your person has heard this gossip from kind of runs in the same social circle as you. I think you're going to know who this person is, because I think you feel very threatened by their energy, and your person feels like really caught off guard by it. But you know what? I really don't feel that your person is buying it. Like, I feel like you maybe feel threatened by this other lady. I think it's a lady. It doesn't have to be, but your person's not really that interested. Your person likes you, wants to be with you, is in love with you. They like the fact that you don't really have to try, and your person finds you really beautiful in that sense. We have you're amazing here, and I do think that's how your person thinks of you. We also have you're my dream romantic partner, and we're going to see that come up later because the Empress card's right smack dab in the middle of this. This person thinks that you are the Empress. I think that a lot of people feel this way about you, and maybe you're not able to see that. You might sense a lot of things. You might have a lot of psychic abilities, or at least this is how your person's seeing you. Your person's seeing you as someone like this Empress energy and the Sun here. You are a nurturer, and things tend to just grow around you. You notice a lot and you care a lot about other people. I think you're also really fun. You've got this childlike, lighthearted, very romantic kind of energy to you. And the gossip around you could have something to do with this. I'm masking who I really am. Maybe this person's trying to say that you're masking who you really are, but I think this person's projecting onto you. And we're not responsible for that in other people. You are the sun, right? Everything revolves around the sun. The Leo, the personality, the ego, the charisma is at home in that sun energy. And people just like to be around you because you are warm and wonderful. I think, like I said, there's something very spiritual about you, but in a very rebellious kind of way. I feel like maybe you don't talk a lot about your spirituality because people misunderstand you. People might misunderstand it. You could have had a lot of psychic visions and stuff that have felt so real. Like, I'm kind of getting shamanic energy from you. I think you, even if you're not like super gussied up, maybe in whatever way, I do think you always look really nice. Maybe you like to wear gemstones. You're a very good listener. You're very empathetic, and people just love that about you. Your person also sees you as a rebel. Challenges authority to affect social change. Rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Yeah, you are a spiritual leader, a spiritual teacher. And with the Empress, because the Empress, right, this follows the High Priestess card, where the High Priestess is learned in spiritual concepts, but like it's all quiet. She keeps it to herself. And I do think there's a part of you that is like that. That's this it's this reservoir for spiritual knowledge. And you have, I feel like recently started to, or maybe in your own way, you are an activist first of all, for other people. You activate for a nurturing, caring world in one way or another, and you are able to illuminate. You could be a solar ruled person, or K2. Either way, there's fire energy in you that's very spiritual. The Grand Fire Trine is the first nakshatra in all of the fire signs. I'm going to mess this up, but Ashwini is the first one in Aries. Maga, I feel, is the first one in Leo. And Sag, I can't remember the first nakshatra in Sagittarius off my head right here. But this card always reminds me of that Grand Fire Trine because this is like such a K2 image. And all those nakshatras, right, they're solar because they're in those like fire signs, especially Maga with Leo, but they're K2 ruled. And K2 is the South Node, and the South Node is a headless body. So there's a lot of sensory information. It's very shamanic. A lot of times these people have visions that seem very real in reality. They're very in tune with their body. A lot of people they naturally submit to K2 ruled people without even realizing it. You could have been drawn to doing rituals with like plant substances or things like that. And your person just sees you as very tied to the earth, very in tune with natural rhythms. So what has this person heard with you? The Ten of Pentacles. Maybe they're hearing that you're vain, that you only like to date rich people, that you, like you're Miss Priss, you're kind of stuck up, but you pretend not to be. And again, I feel like this coming from a specific person, and I think this person is projecting onto you because, I mean, look, the image in this card, like, I think I'm getting that this is you over here, and you're like feeling very protective, and this person I feel like has made you feel unsafe. But that's not who you are. And I do feel like you're this Empress. And that's how your person sees you, is as the Empress. Your person knows. Your person sees you as their divine partner, as their true love, as their dream romantic partner, maybe even the mother of their children, someone who has a quiet strength about them that is spiritually, it originates spiritually, someone who helps people through spiritual transformations. Your person sees you in such a high light. You guys really have nothing to worry about from this gossip. I hope that's coming through. Your person, I think it's, I'm sorry I ran away. So maybe this person in the past, oh my gosh, maybe this person gave you reason to believe that they were considering this other person. Maybe you guys had a falling out in the past, because in the past I can see there was the Two of Swords. That being paired up with the Lover's energy over here, maybe your person was kind of coming off like they had a choice and they didn't know which way to go and which person to choose. Maybe you guys have even been in a relationship for a long time and you feel like you're like maybe old news and this person's like new and fancy and shiny and wonderful, and maybe you do have a life and a family and kids with this person, and so you were worried about where their attention was going. And so the Two of Swords being in the past position, you probably felt kind of emotional upheaval. You were trying to block yourself off. I just see you trying to block yourself off from this person, and maybe from like that social group in general, and trying to figure out which way you should go. I do think that with this, I want to shake up everything for you, but that's crazy. If your person did leave or put you in a weird situation in the past, I do think that's coming from them. But I kind of think that that's saying, I want to shake up everything for you, but that's crazy. Like this person, I feel like this person's kind of coming on to this other person, to your person. I think you sense that. If that doesn't fit, then I'm getting really specific messages for these readings. So if that's not resonating with you, that's totally fine. Just put that down. You are going to know if that's something that's resonating with you. The gossip could be centered around, oh, well, you're using this person for their status or their money or their house or whatever. But yeah, like in the position of what this person thinks about that, they're seeing you as the Empress. So they're not buying it. They know your heart. This person's trying to paint you in a certain way, but don't worry about that. So what they want, the Seven of Pentacles, they want something long-lasting with you. We have the red string of fate over here. The Seven of Pentacles, that's long-term, And again, we have that energy of choice of, with the Seven of Pentacles, it's talking about like, is this a success or is this a failure? Your person thinks it's a success. Your person wants to be in it with you for the long haul. They find you sweet. You're comforting to be around. Like you are truly this person's divine partner. That's how they're seeing you. And they want that. And what their next actions are going to be towards you is the Three of Pentacles. I mean, look at this card, you guys. This is so loving. This is domestic bliss. This is working together to ground something spiritual in the material. I think marriage when I see this card a lot, because that's what the nature of this card is grounding the spiritual into the physical, and that's what we do in divine partnership. That usually is marriage. Your person wants to lift you up. Your person wants to make you feel beautiful. Your person wants to make you feel safe. They want to remind you of the love between the two of you. They might even want to have a child, if that resonates, or they just want to, they want to build with you. They want to see you in their house every single day. So the current energy of this connection is the Justice card. This is major arcana. It's heavy energy being pulled here. And they want to balance. They want to right. If they did you wrong, they want to right that wrong. This could be marriage. You could be married to this person, or this person wants to marry you. Like I said, this person sees you as a soulmate. They love you. Might want a contract. I mean, they just... And we also see the lingam and the yoni symbol, which is the divine union between masculine and feminine. This is a very sexual symbol, sacred union. I mean, your person wants to be with you. That's so clear throughout these cards. This gossip is so weak, you guys. Like, it's just really, really weak in this person's mind. It's not taking hold at all. The thing to note about this card, too, see how he's blocking her with this body part, and then you have Cupid, and he's clearly pointing the arrow at this one over here? Because when I first saw this card, I thought this was about, like, choosing somebody like better or something, but it's not. Like when you truly look at this card, he's like really trying to block this energy off. So in the future, we have the Seven of Wands. This, I think, can be gossip. This can be arguing. This can be people coming after people. There might need to be an argument in order for justice to be served here. And you would know that. You know, if this, I feel like this person could have put you in a weird position. Even if it was just they were entertaining, they weren't putting their foot down hard enough with this person. And in that way, they disrespected you and your relationship, because that's not how you treat an empress. I mean, look at this. Look at that lady. Not everybody can be with an empress. And your person did not, I feel like, show up for you at a certain point in time. And it could be something small where you're like, why wouldn't you just tell her to go kick rocks, you know? Or him, however it's applying. Because you made me feel unsafe. Like, you know, I felt vulnerable. But he's just a little slow to the draw. He's trying to block that out for her, see? But he's just a little slow. So what is blocking this connection? I feel like you had to walk away from this situation, even though you love this person. And when I say walk away, this could happen emotionally, where you just had to withdraw in order to get your mind right, in order to, you know, get straight on all of this and just kind of remove yourself from the situation. And I kind of feel like you had to let go and let God a little bit with this person. Like if they want to choose someone else, like fine. I need to get away for a little bit. And even, like I said, even if this is just emotionally for a little bit, that's the only thing. This, you guys are going to be all right. This pile, y'all are going to be okay. This is a blip. This is a little blip. It probably feels really big, but I'm telling you, your person is down for you. Your person is learning how to be in relationship, and what their responsibilities are in a relationship. Your person is seeing you for the Empress that you are in this situation. They're seeing how you're handling yourself in this situation, and they're taking note. And your person wants a long-term situation with you, and they want to show that to you as well. So is there gossip? Yes, but ain't nobody buying it, because you're great. So that's what I have for you guys, pile number 3. I know that was really specific. I got very specific things for this reading, this go around. If that resonated, please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you guys back here again. Bye guys.